Hello viewers, and welcome to today's episode of the Mrs. Amma Show. I am your host, Mrs. Amma, and today is Career Tuesday. Super excited, I know, I know, but I am so excited about today's episode, and we're going to be talking about how to manage a micromanaging boss. So in an earlier vlog, and I'm going to leave a link on it, I discussed the 10 habits of highly ineffective managers, and one of the traits or one of the habits that I discussed is a boss who is a micromanager. Now, who's a micromanaging boss? This is basically someone, right, who really lacks confidence in you. So I'm just going to say, right, if you have a boss who lacks confidence in you, constantly breathes down your neck, constantly hovers around you and does not let you be, always wants to know, okay, what's going on with the like always wants a status update on your project or your task like every 5 minutes, and tells you how to do it, what to do, and just breathes down your neck. I mean, it becomes so overbearing, and just basically you lack empowerment, you lack empowerment and you lack confidence. So if you have a boss like that, oh my goodness, don't despair. Here are 3 ways to manage such a boss. It's all about managing your boss. So number 1 is provide regular status updates. So now that you know that your boss is an overbearing boss, likes the status updates, don't wait for him or her to come ask you for status updates. You be proactive and give him or her a status update periodically. That will then gradually allow the boss to build trust in you and build confidence in you. Because if I'm such an overbearing boss, right, but then every time, or maybe not every 5 minutes, but periodically, maybe every 30 minutes or every hour or 2 hours or whatever it is, you come into my office and give me a status update on the work, no matter how annoying it could be to you, the employee, it then tells me that, oh, you know what, I'm actually okay, I'm kept up to speed. I don't feel like I don't know what's going on. I don't feel like I don't know what's I'm not in the know, or I'm in the dark about the project. And I as the overbearing boss, I start to have or build confidence in you, the employee. So manage it, be proactive. Never ever let that kind of boss chase you for a status update. So ordinarily, never let your managers chase you for a status update, let alone an overbearing manager. Okay, so that's 1, be proactive. 2 is have a sit down with your boss and set expectations early on. So a new project has just come on, falling on your lap, or you're new to the team. My advice is that you have a sit down with your boss and discuss expectations. What are his or her expectations of you? Because once or you're privy to his or her expectations of you, you're better able to manage those expectations. So if you then know, based on the discussions, that okay, it looks like this guy is, or this person is a micromanager, then you can then manage your boss and manage his or her expectations of you. Okay, it's very important, especially if you're new to a team or you have a new project land on your lap. Just have that sit down very early on. It will set the pace and the tone for the completion of the project. So that's 2. 3 is seek feedback, constant feedback from this manager. So because a micromanager just basically likes to have control, that's pretty much the main underline for why someone is a micromanaging person. So it doesn't have to be a manager, it could just be anyone. They want to have that control. So now that you know that they want to have that control, you should also flip things around, and at the end of every project or every assignment, have a sit down with your manager and have him or her give you feedback on how that project went. They will like it because it's also an avenue or room for them to tell you how it went, and then for them to tell you what can be done better next time. Sort of like a mini expectations discussion. So seek feedback. You also will learn a lot from it, and you probably will learn maybe 1 or 2, because you may be thinking, okay, this guy is just, or this person is just micromanaging me. Oh my goodness, what's going on? But the boss could have a different perspective and different view of why he tends to micromanage you. Maybe in the past you've fallen short on your deliverables, or you haven't delivered on time, or there was an embarrassing situation between your boss and his boss, or your boss and her boss, right? That just wasn't less than ideal. So have that feedback session. You understand what exactly is going on, what is expected of you, how you performed in the project, and how you can do better in the next project. Once you have all these 3 tips hands down to better enable you to manage your micromanager, trust me, he or she will stop being perceived as a micromanager because you would have gotten the handle of things. So it's a no-brainer. One is be proactive. It doesn't hurt to be proactive at work, at home. It helps. It just shows that you've got initiative and you go the extra mile. So be proactive. 2, set expectations. Sit down and have that expectations meeting with your manager, and then you will then be very able or be better placed to manage such expectations. And then 3 is at the end of every project or assignment, seek feedback from your manager. So with these 3 tips, I hope I have provided you, sort of like a game plan on how to move forward with a micromanager. And I can guarantee you, he or she will not, after a few months have gone by and he or she has gradually started to trust you, or you've started to gain the trust of this manager, he or she will not feel so micromanaging anymore. So until the next episode of the Career Talk segment of the Mrs. Amma Show, I say go forth, we can do this. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. Just had to throw it out there. But we can do this. We just got to put the energy, drive into it, and just be positive. Maintain that positive attitude and that positive spirit. So you stay well.